Hi everybody, it's Denise with Divine Soul Astrology, and today we're talking about the August astrology for 2025. And we're in Leo season, right? Leo season's about fun, it's about entertainment, recreation, and this is why a lot of Leos are entertainers. It's about self-expression, and the sun has a lot to do with that. It is the ruling planet for Leo. The sun is about your sense of self, your sun sign, and so this can be about your self-expression. It's also about leadership. Yeah, Leo is about leadership as well. Leo is about love. It's associated with the heart chakra and children, because children are associated with self-expression, right? The ultimate self-expression, children. Okay, let's see what else we have. And so there's going to be an Aquarius full moon on the 9th of August, as there is always one during Leo season, because Aquarius is the opposite sign. So in astrology, we're dealing with a lot of oppositions. The nodes are an example of an opposition. The full moon, is every full moon is an opposition to its opposite sign. That makes a lot of sense, right? But the full moon will be opposing Leo. The Aquarius full moon will be opposing Leo. Will be opposing the sun in Leo, right? And the full moon will be on the 9th. As I said, it lasts for about 2 weeks. That is the lunar cycle, usually about 2 weeks. And this is really asking us to merge the qualities of these two opposite signs, to move into better alignment with the cosmos, to move into better alignment with who we are, right? The North Node, reaching your true potential. That's what really astrology is about. It is. And so the new moon in Virgo will be on August 23rd, and that will be helping to kick off Virgo season, of course, because the sun will move into Virgo the day before, and I will be doing a separate video on that. So the new moon in Virgo will be about planting seeds, starting new things, venturing out possibly, but these are all related to Virgo issues, and not issues, but Virgo themes. And what are Virgo themes? They are your daily routine, your daily schedule. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It is about the mind. A lot of analysis with Virgo. They want the methods. Everything is methodically done. It is about your health and your work. But your daily routine, how your health and your work can affect your daily routine. Everything that makes your life work, that's what Virgo season is about. Okay, and Mercury is still retrograde, and that is actually Virgo's planet, right? Also Gemini's. But that's going to be, it will go direct on August the 11th. So if things seem like they're, I don't know, your faxes, or if they're still doing faxes, but your communication, things like that is, or even your computer, it seems like it's kind of funny right now. Mercury will go direct on the 11th. All right. So Mercury is talking about, Mercury rules siblings. It's the mind, it's the communication. It is processing information, however you do it, right? Mercury can be about what you read, what you like to talk about. But Mercury also rules children, extended family, short distance travel, and local community. So, and the neighborhood, things like that. So, those things can be affected too, right? And some of us will feel we're more ready to make decisions after Mercury goes direct on the 11th. And Mercury direct will bring us more clarity. So let's talk about Aries for the month of August. And your natal Mars will be moving into Libra on August 6th. That's moving into an air sign. So you could be moving forward with plans, Aries, particularly if they are related to legalities or relationships of any kind. And remember, when we say relationships, it's not always just relationships with Libra. It's just how we relate to people in general, our relating, right? And you might feel like you're more ready, after Mercury goes direct on the 11th. So Mars in Libra can mean a lot of passion in partnerships, but it can also bring arguing and fighting. It can bring you courage if this is something that you feel like you need as it relates to partners, perhaps, or as I said, relating to anybody really. Mars in Libra can have you fiercely protecting a relationship. On August the 8th, Mars will trine Uranus, making things easier for you, Aries, adding a flow with the energy of your house, with your house of the intellect and communication, and your house of relationships. So Mars will bring its courage and drive, blending with Uranus, the planet of unexpected change and surprises, which I find to be a great energy, yeah, for the most part. And so this is a very much future-oriented. This is very like future-oriented, or you might change something about you, Aries, which makes you more authentic as you relate to others or as you manage your relationships. This can be about clearing your mind or speaking your truth and really being true to yourself. Decisions will be easier to make and conversations will be easier to have, especially after Mercury goes direct on the 11th. So on August 15th, Mercury, the planet of the intellect, we've been talking about this for a few minutes now, right? We'll make a sextile. We'll sextile your natal Mars, giving you an opportunity, if you can see it, Aries, right? Or if you feel like you're able to embrace it or entertain it, right? If you feel like the timing is right. So Mercury will be in your house of love, self-expression, children, and creativity. And this is your house of fun, leisure, and entertainment. Okay, you could be making plans in love, Aries, having romantic conversations, and making decisions. The sun moves into Virgo on the 22nd, highlighting your work, your health, or your wellness, and your daily routine for about 1 month, right? And so Taurus, let's see what we have for Taurus. And let me grab this water, you guys. Leo season for you is associated with your house of home, family, and emotional foundation. And this is the natural house of Cancer, really, right? But the sun will be in that house for most of the month until the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd. And home and family or your emotional stability will likely be the focus on some degree, right, for the month, right? And you may be planning a move or renovating, perhaps, as this house is related to real estate and where you live as well. So also your natal Venus is in Cancer, the sign of home and family, and we talked about that in the sign of Cancer, but in the house of the intellect and plans and goals. So again, home and family may be very significant for you this month. On August 12th, Taurus, Venus will conjoin Jupiter, essentially teaming up together in a perfect conjunction, both at 14 degrees in Cancer. And so for you, Taurus, nurturing others and building or improving family ties and relationships should come somewhat easy during this time. The power of Venus and Jupiter can make you more intuitive, more caring, and more prosperous, and relationships with siblings and extended family can improve. And some of you may be buying a bigger house or just maybe upgrading, maybe even, moving into changing. If you're not a homeowner, maybe you are moving to a bigger rental, but you might feel more aligned with your social circles or your relationships. I feel like you will. And Mars enters Libra on August the 6th. Libra is ruled by Venus as well, Taurus, and you both share that planet. And Mars will be moving into your house of work, health, and daily obligations. And this is the house that makes your life work, the house that makes your life function, the kind of the nitty-gritty, the practical, right? We need our health, we need a job or, career or business, things like that. And we need our daily routines to work for us, our lifestyle and our schedules. So Mars will be moving into that house. And this can give you more drive to consolidate your daily routine so you can make your life more organized or streamlined. And Mars here can cause arguments at work, so try to avoid that, or anybody you're dealing with like on a daily basis, right? And this can also mean, Taurus, that you're taking your health or your wellness into your own hands, if that's been a theme for you, with exercise, a better diet, things like that. All right, so on the 25th, your natal Venus will enter Leo, moving into your house of home and family and emotional security. So something fated can happen around the 18th of August, Taurus. So look out for that. Yeah, and so Venus will be conjoining the vertex as well, in essence, adding more power to the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. Something fated can happen around the 18th, like I have said, right? Gemini. Let's talk about Gemini. The beginning of the month, the sun is in your house of communication, information processing, plans and goals, education, and anything of the mind. This is also your house of siblings and local community or the neighborhood. This is the house of short distance travel, so those areas may be relevant during Leo season. It may be about career or self-expression, as the sun is the sense you have of yourself and your personal leadership, your agency. And Leo season is about love and creativity as it relates to what you create for yourself and your self-expression. Leo is the season of fun, activities, and entertainment. And so Uranus, the planet of unexpected change, Gemini, this is the planet of unexpected change, rebellion, and innovation, is in your sign. And on the 8th, Mars, the planet of action and war, will trine Uranus. So this trine brings a flow to anything Uranian, right? Mars is in your house of fun, love, and creativity in Libra at 1 degree. Mars at 1 degree is declaring to the world like what they need to do, right? Or what you need to do, perhaps. And so Mars is in Libra. So this trine will most likely influence your relationships as Venus rules this house. And Uranus is also 1 degree, causing some type of disruption for you or instability, but most likely inward, potentially dealing with your relationships or how you relate to others. And Libra is also associated with legalities and opponents. So if some of you have a legal case going, this trine will support that. It will support you in any type of legalities. I believe it will. And your natal Mercury is retrograde, Gemini, but on the 11th it goes direct, and you may feel better or clearer perhaps about any plans and goals, decisions, or any important conversation you like to have with someone. Libra is also about fairness, so maybe you're trying to establish balance and harmony with someone or a situation. And your natal Mercury will sextile Mars on the 15th, and Mercury is in its own house, feeling powerful, Gemini. And this sextile, this opportunity has to do with conversations, plans, and goals in relationships and your influence on them. It may have to do that, doesn't necessarily have to, but it definitely has to do with your first sign, your sign or your first house, which is all about the mind and processing information in anything that has to do with your word, what you study, what you read, what you talk about, right? And Mars, yeah, okay. And so this has to do with your actions in this area of your life, really, because Mars is in Libra, the sign of relationships. And if someone has thought that they outsmarted you in some way, Gemini, or that they have maladjusted or manipulated the scales of justice for you, some type of unfairness, you're going to have a chance to clear the air or accomplish whatever you're attempting to do. Maybe that is just peace, right? Maybe. And so, and Mercury is in a semi-square with the anti-vertex. You might be repressing something, a hidden urge or a desire. Pay attention to your hidden patterns, your unconscious patterns, Gemini. All right? And Cancer, let's talk about Cancer now. This moon will be about your earned, this month will be about your, you rule the moon, Cancer, that's why I said that, but this month will be about your earned income, financial stability, and your well-being, at least until the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd. And this can be a great month for your money. On August 9th, the Aquarius full moon will be influencing your house of the unconscious, intimate relationships, and shared resources. This house has to do with real estate, regeneration, transformation, secrets, and the taboo. The moon is trining the MC, which represents your career and your social status, most likely letting you see something you need to let go of, or you're seeing it from a whole new perspective. And this trine is adding ease and flow to your life. It's happening in both your house of mystery, both your houses of mystery and the hidden. And so Venus is conjoining Jupiter, and this is a conjunction or a conjoining is a joining of forces, joining allies, joining together, really. And so Venus is conjunct Jupiter in your sign for most of the month, and this is supporting you, Cancer, with creative endeavors, relationships, and helping you to explore, grow, and expand. That's beautiful too. Yeah. And so this can help you to earn more money, and for others to see yourself in a more dynamic way. Your relationships can grow. On the 19th, the moon, your ruling planet, will also be part of that supportive energy, helping you to see things from a deeper perspective, and perhaps even a little emotional, Cancer. I feel like, it potentially all the moons, especially full moons, can affect you emotionally, because that is your planet, right? And that is, the moon represents our emotions. Yeah, it does. And so on the 19th, the moon will trine its own lunar node, encouraging you to look inward about the things that you really feel aligned with, the areas of growth in your life, right? And so the north node of destiny and true potential is in your house of growth and expansion. How beautiful that is. This is in your house of growth and expansion, spirituality, travel, and education. On the 23rd of August, the new moon in Virgo takes place in your house of the intellect. This is the place of information processing, communications, decisions, plans and goals, to name a few. And this house is also associated with your siblings, extended family, local community, the neighborhood, and short distance travel. As with any new moon, the sun will be there to provide clarity and strength. And so you could have you could be, really with the new moon in Virgo in your house of the intellect, Cancer, you could be really setting new goals for yourself, right? Planting new seeds. And Mercury, the ruler of the third house, where the new moon takes place, is now in your house of earned income, finances, resources, and well-being, providing information that you need on those topics, on those areas of your life. All right, so let's talk about Leo now. And so for Leo, this is all about, this is your month, right, Leo? It is. The sun, your natal planet, moved into your sign on July 22nd, where it remains until August 22nd, when it moves into Virgo. And so the beginning of the month, the sun is conjunct with Mercury, although it is retrograde. This is an alliance of sorts. It is. Remember, I was explaining about the conjunction, right? And conjoining. This is joining forces. So you're most likely seeing something about yourself, possibly how you look at things, or you process information, or make your decisions, possibly. But anything that is affecting you on a personal level, you could be really looking at those, kind of focusing on that, right? Or in introspection. And so Mercury rules your second house of earned income, finances, well-being, and self-esteem. That's good for you. I feel like that's a great, Mercury ruling your second house of money is a very good thing, because this means that you are smart about your money in general. I mean, it can in a general way, it can really mean that. Yeah. And so there's also a square with the sun and the moon on the 1st, which is today, where there seems to be an inner conflict with your sense of self and home and family, or your emotional mind. This square causes tension, but it won't last very long. And the Aquarius full moon is on August 9th, taking place in your house of relationships and relating to others, legalities, and opponents. Wow, open opponents. Yeah, Libra. This house is about openness, right? Being open, but there can be open opponents sometimes, open enemies. Yeah. And so, no worries if somebody else is watching this horoscope. Everybody has Libra in their chart. So, but this focus will be on relationships and your need for freedom and authenticity, right? And this can mean you're questioning yourself or reflecting on how authentic or true you're being to yourself, Libra, as it relates to your relationship, perhaps, right? Yeah, and if you're not in a relationship, this can be your approach or your perspective about them, your perspective in partnerships. There's also a square with your natal sun. And there's also a square with your natal sun and the vertex in your house of your career. You might be experiencing a challenge that creates conflict or inner tension between your true self and your career. There could be a fated event with the vertex, Libra, that has to do with your work and your money, even your financial stability perhaps, and how that challenges your personal identity. All right, so Venus and Jupiter are conjoined in your house of intuition, mystery, and closure. That's a very cool place for Venus and Jupiter to be. This is the most mysterious house, also representing illness, hospitals, clinics, and places of confinements like jails. There's something that could have kept you in the dark or confused that you're letting go of, or moving on from as Venus and Jupiter are there in your favor. So Uranus, the planet of unexpected change, rebellion, and innovation, is in your house of the future. And so this will be there for about 7 years, Leo, but there's a lot of change during this time. There will be a lot of change for you over the next 7 years. That, it may have to do with your social groups or the kind of people you kind of hang out with or, you enjoy being with. It can also have to do with your plans and goals. You might have a whole different perspective on the future, and that could be kind of taking shape during the next 7 years. So let's go on to Virgo now. And for Virgo, a lot of what this month is about, Virgo, is new beginnings and endings for you, because Leo is the 12th house for you. Yeah, it is. And so Mercury, your natal ruler, is in your house of unexpected change, rebellion, and the future. Wow. And so the sun is conjunct, joining forces with Mercury, showing you what you need to know. And you may be having conversations, especially after the 11th of the month when Mercury goes direct, all right? You may be having conversations with romantic partners this month and making decisions that have to do with love, moving forward, or your personal identity and your self-expression can be really a theme this month. And how that fits into your authentic self, Virgo. And so Mercury rules your house of career, and Uranus is there shaking that up. And this can be your house of also, your house of not just career, but your house of, social status, right? And so Uranus is there shaking up that part of your life, causing change and instability at some degree, right? Some level. And Mercury is retrograde until the 11th, so you may be well in introspection until it goes direct, right? And so on the 9th, the Aquarius full moon will take place in your house of work, health, and daily routine and obligations. And this is your house, Virgo, as you rule the 6th house, right? And so you will likely feel the full moon cycle, which will last up to 2 weeks. I'll likely do a video on the Aquarius full moon with more detail for the horoscopes, right? And so full moons are usually about endings, but they can, be new beginnings as well, as any ending will bring some type of a new beginning, right? You could be leaving a job, ending some type of chapter that is related to your daily routine. Maybe your life's going to really change, right? It could also be about your health or wellness, right? And there may be something that is going on also, with your pets. And so Mercury will sextile Mars on the 15th, enabling an opportunity that has to do with love or your self-expression, as you seem to be changing or ending a period of being a certain way. And so your style of communication, Virgo, with partners may be improving or changing. You may be able to express yourself more lovingly. It may become easier for you to establish balance and harmony with loved ones or partners. And this can have some effect on your well-being or your self-esteem. And this opportunity can allow you or encourage you, Virgo, to reach out or communicate to those romantic interests or others more assertively. Which is always a good thing. The sun moves into your house on the 22nd, and this will be favorable time for you, Virgo, as the sun shines on you, bringing light and clarity and courage to what's important to you. On the 23rd, of August, the Virgo new moon will take place in your sign, bringing a type of balance between sense of self and your social personality as well, versus your emotional self, right? Your inner self. And this sun moon conjunction is what the new moon really represents. The sun and the moon are always together with the new moon. They are, and you're planting seeds for the future, Virgo. You might have a new idea, or perhaps you're preparing for something. There's a lot of change for you, Virgo, both inwardly and outwardly. All right, I hope it's a great month. And so for Libra, the first few weeks of the month are in your house of the future. All right, innovation, rebellion, and unexpected change. This is also your house of like-minded people and social groups. So there's a lot of focus on the future and change. Vesta, the tiny asteroid representing devotion, service, and family, is in your house of earned income, finances, and well-being. That's a good place for Vesta to be. It sure is. And your focus now can be on service to partners, especially with building those where you are building financial assets. And the Aquarius full moon on the 9th will be in your house of love, self-expression, and creativity, children, and recreational activities. Yeah, this is your house of fun, Libra. It's in another air sign, so you will likely feel the full moon. You probably will. This can have a profound influence on you, as Pluto, the planet of transformation, is also in this house. You need to feel true to yourself as that relates to love or creative expression, or simply self-expression, is highlighted. And so Mars, the planet of action and war, is in your house of endings, as it is trining Pluto, another example of letting something go to transform. There's a feeling here, the more authentic or true you are to yourself, the more powerful you are in almost every area of your life. And Mars will move into your sign on August 6th. On August 6th, it will move into your sign. Oh, okay. Yeah, not the sun. Yeah. I was like surprising myself. I know the sun is not moving into Libra on August the 6th, right? Mars will move there, though, into your first house or your sign, making changes and having you approach things with a can-do attitude, encouraging you to take action with what matters to you, right? And when I mentioned your first house is also your rising sign, right? That is the one we use usually when we're doing mundane astrology, when we are, doing horoscopes for all the signs, where I don't actually have your natal chart, right? This is mundane astrology, right? And so, but your true first house is your ascendant or your rising sign, all right? All right, so, and your natal Venus will join with Jupiter to support your relationships, Libra, and your financial stability, your family life, your social standing, or your social status is boosted, or the way people are seeing you. There can be a great love for work right now, and it's a good time to look at long-term goals and how to expand and grow your assets for the future. Venus is in a trine with the North Node, Libra. A trine is it's a flow. It's a making things easier. It can remove obstacles to allow something to happen, or for allow something to happen easier, or for you to do something easier, right? And so this is adding a flow to you, helping with the North Node, helping you live your best life, right? And helping you to become your best self, really. And this likely has to do with your work. It can be about your work or your daily routine or your health. This trine can help you establish a balance between the work that you do and your daily routine. You may be establishing boundaries as well, whatever that really means to you, but you could be establishing boundaries as they relate to your work or your daily obligations. Yeah. And Venus also sextiles the South Node, so this is a really great opportunity really for you to let something go that could have been standing in the way of your relationships, or in the way of your relating or how you approach them, your growth and your expansion, as Jupiter is also part of the trine sextile woo woo, which is, really great to the nodes, right? There's an opportunity and there's a flow for evolving, and you can become more prosperous as well, Libra. And Venus will enter Leo on August 25th. Your social life will likely be busier after the 25th. If you're single, you could find love at this time through friendships or other social connections. So let's talk about Scorpio now. So on August 6th, Scorpio, your ancient ruler Mars will move into Libra, the sign of relationships. So this is in your house of intuition, closure, mystery, and uncertainty. Mars will leave your house of the future, unexpected change, and the like-minded groups, right? So there's a big theme of change for you, Scorpio, as the south node of the past is in that house as well, ruled by Mercury. Mercury is helping you to make decisions, to leave things behind that no longer serve you, to leave whatever no longer serves you, right? It doesn't have to be a thing. It could be, it could be a perspective. I mean, it may be something that is actually physical, but it's usually something, it's usually our attitude towards something that we have to or let something go that is emotional or something like that, right? All right, so, and it's in Virgo, so this means that this is about your work, your health, or your everyday routine and your daily schedule. All right, the focus for the next 8 weeks may be on relationships or legal matters, or bringing balance and harmony to some area of your life. If you're looking to meet someone, this could be a great time. And if you're in a relationship, passion and desire can be driving you. Wow. But Mars and Libra can cause arguments and power struggles, so look out for that, Scorpio. Okay, on the 8th, Mars will trine Uranus, the planet of unexpected change, rebellion, and like-minded people. This trine is favorable for you, Scorpio. Most are, not all. Most are, but this trine is helping to, provide flow and ease for you, as they relate to Mars and Uranus will both be in air signs. Yeah, and that's why this is providing flow and ease. Uranus is in your house of intimate relationships, regeneration, and what is hidden. Mercury is the ruler of this house, so this is why Scorpios are naturally intuitive and often psychic. Wow. And so Mercury in the 8th is the mind being able to see what's hidden and what's unknown, right? This is the intuitive mind, of course, the psychic mind, the detective mind, for some, right? You're able to let go of something or someone, and that helps you improve your life. You might feel a little nervous or disruption with this change, Scorpio, but it will be for the best. Mercury goes direct on the 11th, and things can start to move for you, or you're able to make decisions or have more clarity, right? Both Mars and Uranus are at 1 degree, allowing you to start something brand new, or approach something entirely different. Most likely having to do with your relationships or how you relate to others. The full moon on the 9th of August will take place in your house of home and family and your emotional mind. This is the house of your emotional foundation, the inner, right? And this is what makes you feel safe, this house. There's something that needs to be merged that has to do with your social standing or your career and your emotional perspective or your home and family. I'll most likely talk more about that in a separate video about the full moon, of Aquarius. So the Mercury-Mars sextile is on the 15th, Scorpio, in your house of career and social status. Your social status can be marriage, divorce, career, recognition, anything that has to do with your social standing or your place in society. This is sextiling your house of closure, intuition, hidden patterns, to name a couple, right? You're able to express your ideas about career, Scorpio. You might make a decision, trusting your intuition. The sextile is an opportunity to move forward with intelligent ideas. This can be about love, self-expression or children, as Mercury is in Leo. This is also related to your personal agency, your personal leadership. So for some of you, it can be an opportunity to help someone who is less fortunate than you as well. Because the 12th, Mars will be in your 12th house. Interesting, right? So for Sagittarius, let's see. We have the Sun is in your house of spiritual beliefs, expansion, and travel. This is your house of higher education, which is your house. It's your house, Sagittarius, the 9th house. Expressing your ideas and sharing wisdom can be personal to you, Sagittarius, at least around the beginning of the month. Sagittarius likes to spread, likes to spread wisdom, for sure. And Leo is in the house of wisdom. Yeah, not Leo, but the Sun is in the house, is in your house of wisdom. This is your house, and the Sun is ruling that house. Very, very cool, right? Yeah. And it's also a good time to learn for you, maybe to learn something new, or to start a new course of study, or take a workshop. Mercury, the planet of the intellect, is opposing Pluto, the planet of transformation. And your plans and your goals could be changing in some way, Sagittarius. Pluto is in your 3rd house, the house of information processing, plans, and goals. And Pluto wants to usually, Pluto is about wanting to know the truth about what's really important. But it can also be like you're regenerating, right? You're changing, you're transforming, and could definitely be that. The Aquarius full moon on the 9th will take place in your house of information processing, decisions, and plans and goals. So this is the mental house, right? Your ideas of innovating and changing your mind about goals can occur during the full moon. I'll probably do a video on the full moon a little later. Most likely, your natal Jupiter is conjoining Venus, Sagittarius. Will make a perfect conjunction with both at 13 degrees on August 11th. This is in your house of transformation, intimate relationships, and joint finances. That's a great conjunction in a great place for you, right? Transforming your finances, perhaps, or relationships, intimate relationships. This is also about your psychic ability, right? The 8th house is associated with our psychic ability. And so Venus and Jupiter are teaming up to help you in your relationships, as I said, and your finances, all right? Maybe they are teaming up to help you with your psychic ability. They could, right? Or for you to see things that are really that are hidden as well. Yeah, that's interesting, which can be a whole new hidden patterns within yourself. Your unconscious mind could be really understanding itself, to kind of put that in just a few words. All right, so the Sun enters Virgo on the 22nd of August, moving into your house of career and social status. The new moon will be on the 23rd, and they will form a conjunction, teaming up to build allies, the Sun and the new moon. A lot of the past is coming to the forefront, Sagittarius, as we have the South Node conjoining the moon. It could be nostalgic or emotional, but this can support you in leaving things behind from the past that hold you back. This can also have to do with your father or authority figures, or how you process things surrounding these areas, right? You might be letting go of your view or an attitude toward work, or authority figures. You could just be going, I don't need that attitude, I don't need that perspective, right? That's not serving me, and you could really be changing right there. This is happening in Virgo, which rules health, work, and your daily schedule. And this is your daily routine, right? You might realize that hidden patterns or unconscious patterns about the past have hindered you or kept you in the dark a little bit. These unconscious patterns may have affected your work, perhaps in a nuanced way, or your wellness, maybe your attitude towards your work, right? It's always a possibility. It doesn't have to affect you directly, but your attitude toward it. And the South Node in Virgo speaks of the association and the connection of emotional and physical health. Yeah, and so there could be a connection there, definitely. Once you let something behind, you're feeling better, physically as well, right? Jupiter will trine Lilith on the 28th. A trine will add a flow between these two. Lilith is the feminine shadow side and represents the feminine and independent, often rebellious side, Sagittarius. This trine will add ease and flow and will allow things to happen quickly. Your intuition will not only be high, but your deep psychological understanding of intimate partners brings about remarkable wisdom. Your understanding of yourself will be intuitive. There's a nurturing side to this wisdom. Wow. So for Capricorn, for most of the month, the sun's going to be in your house of intimate relationships, shared finances, and transformation. So the focus can be there for the 3-week period, right? Definitely. Incidentally, shared resources can refer to like any stocks, assets, 401ks. Even your paycheck is a shared resource in a subtle way, because somebody else is giving you the paycheck, right, that you earned, right? So Saturn, your ruling planet, the planet of career and social status, is retrograde, so there's a slowing down or a reflection in that area. It's conjoining in in Aries. It's kind of interesting there, but in your house of home and family, and there can be challenges as they are related to your personal security. There's also there can also be challenges. There could be a restructuring, Capricorn, or reorganizing that may be happening in terms of these challenges. Venus square Saturn on the 1st, bringing tension or inner conflict. That won't be there too long, though. And Venus is in Cancer, the sign that rules this area of home and family and emotional security. And this can play out in relationships, any type of relationships, or how you relate to circumstances in your life. Saturn is sextiling Uranus. Remember, the sextiles can be opportunities, the planet of unexpected change. And this is happening in your house of health, work, and daily schedules. So there's an opportunity there that may come very unexpectedly for you that has to do with your health or your work or your daily schedule. And this can help you to bring more structure and stability to something that you felt might have been difficult. Your smart ideas, Capricorn, and breakthroughs can really help with whatever this is about in your personal life. On the 22nd, the sun will move into your house of spiritual beliefs, education, expansion, and travel. You might feel like traveling abroad or taking a trip toward the end of the month, or what you believe in can help you to grow and expand. On the 26th, Capricorn, Venus will trine Saturn. Good one. And so things can turn around quickly for you toward the end of the month. As if you remember, Venus was squaring Saturn just a little while ago, adding tension. But Venus has moved into Leo by the end of the month, and so this can have a lot to do with your self-expression, speaking your mind, or standing up for yourself, if even inwardly, right? Yeah. And there may be an opportunity to earn more money toward the end of the month, and relationships can turn around, or the dynamic of relating with others can really improve. Your relationships can become more nurturing and balanced during this time, and this can bring stability to your home life, Capricorn, to your love life, and also your financial stability. So let's do Aquarius. And excuse me, you guys, but I'm shooting this out of town, and it's with limited everything, right? I'm at somebody's house here. So, all right. So we have Aquarius. Let's talk about Aquarius now. Mars enters Libra at 1 degree on the 6th, and it moves into a fellow air sign. On the 9th, Mars opposes Saturn just 2 days before it goes direct, trining both Uranus and Pluto. Wow, this opposition, Aquarius, is asking you, with Mars in your sign, to combine the action-oriented quality of Mars with the responsible, results-oriented Saturn, allowing the energies to transform more easily. The Mars-Pluto trine, it wants us to transform our relationships, Capricorn, or to transform, regenerate possibly how we get along with others, both personally and when even with leaders, right? With bosses and things like that. And to help us leave us with powerful, lasting change. The Mars-Uranus trine is occurring in your house of self-expression, love, and entertainment, just 2 days before Mars is in your house of spiritual beliefs, philosophy, education, and travel. So this trine here, trines are always adding a flow. So Mars and Uranus trining one another is about it's about I'm going to do what I need to do. It's about taking action, but it's about doing what is good for you, what's good for the collective, and it also what is good for you, like for you to feel authentic in your life, right? To feel like you are kind of fighting for your own cause, so to speak. And so you could be taking a mental journey, Aquarius, or going on a real vacation and traveling as well. All of this is taking place in Leo season, which is the month of recreational activities and hobbies. It is the month of vacations. Yeah, it is. Your opinions and belief systems can be changing, Aquarius, and this will be happening easier, allowing a flow to these energies. The full moon in Aquarius is on the 9th. This is your full moon, of course. So take advantage of the time of this, and that will be a 2-week lunar cycle for you. The full moon can reveal things to you that were hidden. These can be unconscious patterns, or just in your mind, of course, hidden patterns, unconscious patterns, and things of that nature, right? And this can help you to release things, Aquarius, that no longer serve you, or to allow you to start something new. The sun is opposite the moon in your house of relating, relationships, and legalities. This is also the house of open opponents and enemies. With any opposition, though, this is asking you, Aquarius, to merge the energies of the sun and the moon. Change is indicated with any opposition during the full moon. And this full moon will encourage you to create balance in your life as it relates to your self-expression, your own authenticity, and matters of love, and even creativity, creative endeavors, things like that. The full moon in your sign is causing you to feel a little emotional on some level, and the sun is helping you to see things that better serve your own self-expression, your own authenticity, and also how you approach relationships. Your natal Uranus is in the mutable sign of Gemini in your house that the sun governs. So this is very much associated and fated, perhaps, allowing much change and innovation coming into your life, Aquarius, over the next 7 years. And the type of people you spend time with can change as well. Your beliefs about the world can really change. And the sun will move into Virgo on the 22nd of the month into your house of intimate relationships, shared finances, the unconscious mind, and the taboo. And the focus will then be on these areas of your life, Aquarius, or your daily routine. It could be your health and your work, and kind of sometimes how they all like work together, right? Your health fuels your job. Your health and your job, has everything to do with your daily routine, right? The sun in Virgo can make us pay attention to our wellness, to our work, and to how our health can affect us, and vice versa, as I was saying, right? And you may be looking closely at how your daily routine is helping you, Aquarius, or possibly hindering you. And so then on the 28th, Uranus, your natal Uranus, will sextile Neptune. This is an opportunity, Aquarius, with unconventional ideas, how to improve and innovate, and you could experience breakthroughs as well that have to do with your understanding yourself and your own self-expression. So for Pisces, let's move into Pisces now. And most of the month for you is in Leo. And and we'll be there. Pisces, most of the month for you is in Leo season. This is, of course, right? And it will be there until the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd. So this energy is going to be about your daily routine, your health, and your work. But this can be about how they coexist, if you will, and how they affect each other. So your ancient ruler Jupiter is in Cancer, And on the 12th, Venus will make a perfect conjunction, lending its power to one another, right? Jupiter is already very happy to be in Cancer, and this can influence your home, your family life, possibly improving or expanding these matters, and this can be moving house for some. And so Jupiter will be in 4 favorable aspects for you, Pisces, trining the north node of personal evolution in your first house, and there's growth and there's expansion. Pisces, this trine will be adding a flow and removing anything that may hinder your expansion, your growth, or stand in the way of that. And Jupiter is also in a trine with Vesta, the little tiny asteroid that is defining dedication and the sacred aspects of life. You could find that romantic partners are more nurturing, that your relationships seem to have more flow. And be careful not to be overindulgent, as Jupiter is in your house of romance and fun. As Jupiter brings expansion, it can also bring overindulgence. So Jupiter is also sextiling the south node of the past in Virgo, in your house of relationships. There's an opportunity, Pisces, for you to leave something behind as it relates to your relationships or how you approach them, your own relating. And there could be something related to your daily routine, your lifestyle, your health, or your work, your daily grind, right? That you've learned something that helps you move forward with more ease and more confidence. It looks like your life is, this can be helping you just to like live a better life in terms of your day in and day out life, right? Your common, what we all have to do, take care of responsibilities and things like that, and our health, which is very important, right? And so Jupiter is also sextiling the south node of the past in Virgo, in your house of relationships. Yeah, I did say that. And so your natal Neptune, Pisces, is retrograde all month, and it's in Aries, in your house of finances, resources, and well-being. Any dreams you have, Pisces, you may be taking time out to reflect on those. All right, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here today. And please like, share, and subscribe. It does help me to keep these videos coming. Hit the little bell if you'd like to be notified of my uploads. Thank you so much.